Alright, y'all, we back with another one. This High Time Reviews. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We doing All American Homecoming Season 3, Episode 7, Lift Me Up. So you start the episode out with Simone and Nate having lunch, and Simone basically sets up a sneaky link, and I'm confused about when did she get off the Lando, Damon, love triangle, you know? So for her to be setting up a sneaky link, and then she basically say to Nate, like, she just want to get back to a point where she feel normal. So sleeping with some random nigga is gonna make you feel okay, whatever. Moving right along. In the next scene, you got Coach Marcus and his son. If you remember, Coach Marcus found out he had a son from his ex-wife. His name is Noah. Noah really didn't necessarily fuck with him at first. Now I think him and Noah are in a better place based off of how they ended their last interaction a few episodes ago. It's clearly the Thanksgiving episode, so of course you know they discussing Thanksgiving, this, that, and the third. And Noah wants to know, like, if he's gonna meet his father's side of the family. Like, he's super excited about meeting like Coach Marcus' side of the family, and Coach Marcus pretty much like, oh no, it's just gonna be us. And he like, what? He like, how you, first and foremost, he's like, how are you gonna host Thanksgiving in this little apartment? And he like, it ain't really nothing to host, it's just gonna be us two. And he like, damn, I don't got no aunts, no uncles, nobody to, you know, meet. And Marcus like, look, I'm sorry if I'm not enough, you feel me, but this is just gonna be me and you or whatever. And I'm like, that boy really, he longing for something, especially when it comes to like his father's side of the family. Like, you got to think he already didn't know you. He wants to kind of grab as much information as he can within the time. Like, because honestly, once that boy turned 18, who's to say he even gonna care for real? He already didn't even really want to jump too much out there with Marcus because he already had a father figure, so he wasn't pressed for Marcus anyway. The next scene, shit getting spicy because you already know with the Keisha, JR, Cam, Gabby situation, shit is still getting messy. Like, so Gabby and Cam are discussing Cam's new track or whatever, and they having like a moment. First one was, I'm like, all right, so now what, Cam? Now you going out your way to what, destroy everybody else shit because you peeped what was going on with JR and Keisha? First and foremost, Keisha looked good as shit this episode. I don't know if that was her natural hair or what, but they gave it yeah, Keisha looked good. They did that on purpose. Keisha gets up and she goes over to Gabby and Cam, and she's like, oh, I didn't know you were submitting your track this week, blah, 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 blah. And she like, can I hear it? Cam pretty much cold shoulder her like, boom, like, no, you can't hear it. You'd have known I was submitting if you was interested in what I had going on, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, Cam, you trying to act like you were responding to that girl that whole time you was out of town. And now all of a sudden she's supposed to do what? Like, nigga, you being weird, and then what? What you want her to do? Literally kiss your ass, bro? I don't think that's gonna happen. So in the next scene, everybody is bringing over their groceries for the Friendsgiving or whatever, and then Aunt Amara end up popping up. So everybody pretty much got put their game face on because all of them have been lying to her for Simone. And mind you, it's Aunt Amara's house that they all live in, and they're basically trying to force her out so that they can avoid that weird interaction with Aunt Amara and Simone's cancer. How? That's that lady house. First and foremost, don't try to tell that lady to go back to her office and get freshened up there, like when she could literally get freshened up in her own house. Are y'all nuts? And then for Simone to be as messy as she was, to pair the boys together, knowing that they beefing, like she can see the beef from the outside looking in. And she pairs Keisha and Gabby together, and then she pairs JR and Cam together. What are you doing? Simone, you're literally being messy. And then Cam literally can't control his emotions. So JR don't realize what Cam is feeling. So he's trying to be super friendly with Cam. He's on his KEK, that's my brother, we friend circle type shit. And Cam is giving fucking weird. So in the next scene, Coach Marcus basically tries to like talk to Noah. And Noah basically tells him like, bro, when you brought me here for Thanksgiving, I assumed that you were going to have me around my family. Like, he like, this can't be. Like, basically, he didn't tell his family about Noah yet. I'm trying to figure out, sir, you're a grown ass man. What the fuck are you waiting for? You don't speak to your family, so you don't speak to none of your family, no cousins, no aunts, no nothing, sir. That's what you're telling me. And then what do you mean you haven't told anybody about your son? What are you waiting for? Like, I don't know if you got a paternity test or whatever the case may be, but what are you waiting for? In the next scene, you got, because you know Cam works that job for Aunt Amara, and he be in her office. So he's sitting in her office going over some stuff. Gabby comes in and she basically asks him, like, you good? Like, you basically kind of like spazzed on Keisha or whatever. And he says to Gabby, like, do you think that JR and Keisha spend too much time together? And she like, no. Like, why do you think that? He proceeds to show her the videos with JR in the background of Keisha dancing videos. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what are you trying to get at? Like, you're making it more of an issue than it actually is. Like, you're forcing it. Like, so, but the fucked up part is, granted, Keisha was lying to Cam, but then JR was also lying to Gabby. So Gabby ends up seeing JR in a particular outfit, and she say, well, damn, he basically ended up lying directly to my face that day. And I'm like, shit. I was like, it would be one thing if JR wasn't lying and just Keisha was lying, but now it's like both of them lying and they both getting jammed up. And like I said, Cam just wants somebody on his side to be just as angry as him. Like, I think it's like, it's low-key sick for real. Like, bro, give it a rest. So the next scene, you got Coach Marcus and Noah on campus, and they bump into Amara. Basically tells Amara how Noah wants to meet his side of the family, and clearly Amara knows a little bit about the history. So Amara tells him, like, maybe you should use this opportunity with your son to repair the relationship that you and your father don't have. Maybe you could use this opportunity to do that. And he being stubborn and shit, but it's like, bro, you're a grown-ass man. Like, I understand his frustration because he feels like his father threw his mother in a facility instead of taking care of her. But bro, why do you think that we as normal people are equipped to take care of somebody that is fully like bipolar? Like, I'm not medically trained to do that. You're not medically trained to do that. Your father wasn't medically trained to do that. So he made the proper choice to put her in a facility where the people who are properly trained to do that job did it. You're mad at your father for what? Shit, the same thing that basically Amara did to your ass when you was having your fucking your episode with your bipolar. Didn't she get you help? Sitting there treating your father right at what? Because he did what was right for his wife. He knew he wasn't gonna be able to take care. So I don't like the next scene, because in the next scene you got Keisha and Gabby talking. Now, Keisha is trying to be relatable with Gabby because, you know, they back on the romance novel shit. And then Gabby proceeds to ask Keisha straight up, that date that you helped JR set up, was that your dream date with JR, or was that the dream date that you set up for us? I'm like, what? So you gonna take whatever information that Cam told you, and instead of you going directly to JR and confronting him first, you decide to go press Cam girl because Cam mad at his girl, so he putting batteries in everybody else's back to go after her because she lied? Everybody need to fucking relax. And like, mind you, Keisha look at her like she dumb as shit, but I don't blame her. Because what the fuck are you talking about? Like, granted, I feel like they fucking around. I thought they was fucking around, but clearly, maybe that's not what it's giving. So, fast forward to Cam and JR are the ones working on the turkey or whatever. So they at the KEK house or whatever, and they talking about how the KEK brothers got a code, this, that, and the third. And then Cam basically try to swole up on JR, talking about, oh, you must have forgot. Because JR is just happy to be around the brothers. You feel me? Since getting suspended from the line, he's just happy to be around his brothers. And Cam is taking that opportunity to take digs at him because he knows he's at a disadvantage in the house right now. That's fucking corny. So he brings up like the bro code or whatever. JR's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he like, hey, haven't you been spending too much time with my girl? He like, bro, just because you got shit going on in your relationship, he like, you don't need to be trying to put it on me. And then he proceeds to tell him like, oh yeah, Gabby feel the same way. He like, what? He like, bro, you took this shit to my girl before you came to me and discussed it. So now you putting all this doubt in my girl head that she ain't even have, or suspicion in her head that she ain't even had. He said, yo, that's some bitch ass shit for real. So they get to swollen up on each other. And then, of course, the KEK brothers decided they going to step in the middle, but more so take Cam's side. And I'm just like, y'all don't even know what the fuck is going on. Like, I understand, you know, that's your line brother, but like, nigga, this was your line brother too. So y'all just going to act like JR was never shit to y'all just for Cam. And again, Cam, you're being fucking nuts because, bro, you should have talked to Keisha. Stop talking to everybody else. Of course, after it's all said and done, he basically tell Cam like, oh yeah, I finished the turkey. You can go ahead and get out of here. Like, what? So in the next scene, clearly Aunt Amara either walked in during or walked in after some old sneaky link, because she basically asked her like, is this part of your plan, sleeping with this random dude? And she like, oh no, I was just doing me, boop boop boop. And Amara like, well, I hope you ain't use them condoms I gave you your freshman year, because baby, them things expired. And the thing about it is, Amara is going to press Simone because she can sense when something is wrong with Simone. So she's like, Simone, is everything okay? Da, 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 da. Of course, Simone trying to fast talk her, act like she don't have time to talk to her, act like everything's fine. Now, per usual, which I wouldn't have done, Simone literally left the room with Amara in the room. Granted, again, it's Amara's house, so she gonna be able to sit wherever the fuck she want. But on her desk, her nightstand, she had her hospital band for the fertility clinic. So Amara finds that, and you already know that ain't gonna be nothing good once she start doing her little research. So in the next scene, you got Noah and Marcus basically sitting down, and he's showing him like a family portraits of like people in the family. So his mother, his grandmother, and shit like that, his aunt. But my thing is, you doing all of that, but you're not willing to allow him to meet these people because what? All right, cool. I understand you being mad with your father for the stuff he did with your mother, but why you ain't cool with nobody else? Like, be fucking for real. And the thing is, the second he showed Noah the picture of his grandfather, Noah's grandfather, aka Marcus's father, Noah was super interested, like, in why, like, he wants to know his grandfather, like, he wants to meet him. He wants to at least call him. And Marcus is given stern, stubborn, and pissed off with his father. And it's like, you're willing to fracture your relationship with your son that you just got because of how you feel about your father. And Noah was right. Noah was like, bro, you can't even give me a straight answer on why you don't want me to meet my grandfather. And Noah, and then got the nerve to tell Noah, like, oh, that man's selfish. You don't need him in your life. Nigga, he just didn't have you in his life. Like, he was fine. And now you're mad because you brought him into your life and he wants to know more shit. Bro, I hate to tell you, it's going to pretty much give that. So in the next scene, you got Simone unboxing a whole bunch of packages that people got her as like items for her recovery after her surgery or whatever. So Nate gets her some scrubs with the tennis rackets on it and all that shit. And let me tell you, I ain't gonna lie, I thought Simone ass was about to have a goddamn panic attack in this scene. The scene with the boxes and the scrubs and all that shit. 'Cause she had fucking fell out at the foot of the bed, and I was like, oh shit, is she gonna have a anxiety attack too? 'Cause I'm like, she don't need shit else to happen to her for real. She don't. So of course, Amara shows up to Marcus' apartment and banging on the door, and she's all emotional because she done looked up the doctor for the bracelet that Simone had sitting on her dresser. And I'm like, oh my God. So now she know that Simone got some fertility issues. Noah overhears the conversation. He comes out like, oh, maybe she's selling her eggs. Then they roll with the idea that she need money. Listening to Noah. Noah, go take your ass and go lay down. You coming up there throwing out bad ideas and shit. Like, no. The fact that Amara gonna say, because Marcus asked Amara, did you ask Simone what's been going on with her? She holler out, man, please. That girl been playing in my face since I landed. I'm dead, bro. I'm dead. And here go Marcus slipping up talking about, I mean, she did have an MRI a couple of weeks ago. No, nigga, worry about calling your fucking father. Stay out of all of this shit. And he's the one thing, good thing he did say was that Simone is an adult. So at the end of the day, she'll tell you when she's ready. Now, like I was thinking, knowing that Amara is going to be at family dinner for Thanksgiving, how the fuck is she gonna play it cool if she thinks something wrong with her? And then he go Noah, oh, y'all having family dinner? Is J.R. Lando or Cam or anybody gonna be there? Honestly, Noah like shit. Anything but sitting up in this bitch with me and just me and my father in a dry ass turkey dinner. So in the next scene, you got Cam showing up at Keisha and them house, and again, Cam comes there and just expects Keisha just to basically like kiss his ass. So she tells Cam that Gabby confronted her, and Cam's like, oh, she had the right to know. What do you mean? So, nothing is going on with them. So what she ends up telling him is that because she gave the bone marrow, they feel like connected on like the level of like siblings. She said she never had a brother, so she feels like that literally connected them, that bonded them for life. And JR feels the same way because all in all, he feels like she saved his life. I'm sorry, Cam's right too, because Keisha could have just told him that. But then also, I feel like they were trying to keep it a secret that Keisha actually helped him with the bone marrow in the first place. Because again, Cam went in hot-headed, like he didn't want to hear nothing but what he saw. And then he gaslit her, and he was like, "Oh, it didn't seem like you were supporting me, or you didn't even ask me how my shit was going, nigga." Or was she texting you? Or was she texting you and you were ignoring her? That's exactly what you were doing. So for you to stand in that lady's face and make it seem like she wasn't trying to support you when she was texting you, you weren't answering. You told her, "I hit you later," or whatever the fuck that was. And then you came home and was acting weird still. And you thought, what was she supposed to do? Come on now, be for real. Now I understand Cam is very open about everything that he do, but it's like, all right, bro, like, she can't have nothing to herself. I'm not saying she in the right. She shouldn't have lied, but she definitely, I feel like partners need space sometimes too. Like, what the fuck? So the Friendsgiving is going well, okay? You know, Nate's there, Keisha's there, Thea's there, everybody's there. My man Lando went out of town. He said he ain't got time. He already knew it was gonna be some bullshit, so he stayed out of it. So, so JR tries to talk to Gabby because Gabby and Noah are talking, and JR walks up and he's like, "Yeah, can I speak to you for a minute?" And she like, "How about you go talk to your friend Keisha?" So you're mad now too. And Simone peeps that Amara been staring at her from across the room. So she runs up to Thea and Nate and she like, "Look, Amara been staring at me the whole time." Yeah, but that's because she has already interrogated Thea and Nate. So she's pretty much on to her about the cancel. At least that something is going on with her. So, and again, they holding, I mean, listen, they standing on business, so they not telling to on Amara, but they definitely getting grilled by her. So before they decide to eat, Simone decides to, you know, regular shit. It's giving very much "Why did I get married" vibes. They go around the table. They talk about what they thankful for. Marcus said he thankful for Noah coming around. Noah basically says that he's thankful that to just be there in general. Thea says she's thankful for, you know, her friends and the food and all of that. JR is thankful for the fact that they all are friends and that they're like the glue for each other. And then Cam takes that as a moment. Here's my thing. People, is a time and a place for everything. Y'all are sitting at a dinner. Niggas are pouring out their heart on a Thanksgiving type level. And Cam, you're choosing that opportunity to be petty in front of everybody. And then Keisha jumping in. And then Gabby jumping in. And I'm just like, so the four of y'all is about to sit at this dinner and have everybody who don't know y'all business in a weird ass space with y'all right now. Keisha ends up telling the whole table that Cam accused JR and Keisha of messing with each other, and everybody like, what? And then they get into the whole thing, and he like, well, why don't you tell everybody why I think that? And then he's like, well, why you don't just tell everybody? So, and then JR takes a shot at Gabby. He's like, so you just believe what he's saying? Right, and he asks them, like, what you want him to do? Throw away his friendship to suffice your paranoia? Like, I'm not doing that. He like, that's my friend. It's nothing more. So they get into a little argument, and then they end up knocking over a dish off the table, and it fall like right by Simone. Now, here's my thing. They act like Simone had cut her hand or hurt herself or something. Niggas just knocked over a plate onto a carpet, like, and Simone had a whole nervous breakdown. Bitch, you having a nervous breakdown because you're lying as well. Stop fucking lying. That's everybody's lying at the table. And the next scene, Simone is on the tennis courts or whatever the case may be. And Amara walks up to her and she straight give it a bracelet. And Simone ends up telling her, like, look, I got cancer. Instantly, the instant she tells Amara, and Amara's whole entire soul gets sucked out of her body. And then she proceeds to tell her, like, oh, I didn't tell my mom. She's like, what? You ain't tell your mother? And she like, it's nothing she can do, you know. And I'm glad that, because that proves a point that I always make about certain things. Like, when certain stuff happen to certain people and the predicament is out of other people's control, it's no sense in somewhat disrupting everybody's life if there's literally nothing you can do for them. Literally. I'm not a doctor. What would me stressing out about it? All I can do is say, listen, I'm putting faith in your doctors. I'm putting faith in you to go to your appointments and shit like that. That's all I can do. But I'm and then there to support you when you need it. But other than that, I can't drop what I'm doing because I can't help you once I get there. So Amara, she agrees to not tell the mother, and I don't believe that she not gonna tell her. But it's like, come on, obey that girl wishes at least. And I mean, she definitely could have told Amara, because honestly, she was always gonna be like super supportive. She could have been told her like, I mean, especially if you're not gonna tell your mother, you could have definitely told her, because she was gonna have your back. Keisha and Cam have another phony ass conversation where she basically swears she gonna tell the truth and whatever. And they end up talking about the bone marrow thing, both of the couples. And hopefully this is the end of this, because I was getting irritated by it anyway, because I just felt like they was playing in Gabby and Cam's face, as far as like making it seem like they was fucking with each other. Like, to even let it get this far, storyline wise, was low key kind of crazy, because if y'all knew y'all wasn't going to write it like that, why did y'all allow it to get that messy? Like, you didn't even need that 5 episodes of mess with Keisha and JR to fuel that, which fueled nothing. It was a waste when you really get in. Next thing you got Noah leaving to go back to his mother's house, and Marcus is going through the photo album again, and he see the picture of him and his father, and it literally looks just like the picture that they took at the Friendsgiving of him and Noah. So he decides to send that picture to his father and say to him like, listen, whenever you get a chance to talk, you know, maybe we can chat it up or whatever. And he hit him with the Happy Thanksgiving, because it's crazy, the two pictures definitely did look the same though, so that was good. And honestly, he should have probably been to that. Why wait until after the boy leave? Because that was low-key selfish, because if you was going to turn around and still send your father the picture, why did you feel like you had to wait until Noah was gone? And then you get a knock at the door. Of course, this is the second time Amara came to this man's house. 9 times out of 10, they're getting back together. So the kids had filled Marcus in on the cancer. So by the time Amara got to his spot, he already knew. So he was able to literally just embrace her. Like, and she don't know if she can deal. Like, she don't know if she can handle it or not. And I think for Amara to say, like, because Simone is an athlete and she's been through so much other shit that she shouldn't have cancer. Like, baby, that shit comes for anybody. The best part I can say is that she caught it early. And now she can go from there. But that shit hits anybody. In the next scene, you got everybody meeting back up at the loft, and Simone basically tells them what she's thankful for, because she never got a chance to say what she was thankful for. She was saying, like, even though I have been saying that I'm okay, none of y'all actually know what I'm going through, and y'all have been a great support system, but at the end of the day, I need legitimate resources to help me get through this. And I mean, they support her in her decision, because she's right. Like, get some professional help, like, for the situation, especially if it's going to be on some therapist type shit. So she basically ends up saying that she's thankful for them for making sure she went to her appointments, helped her with her medicine, shit like that, talked her through the shit. Like, they're her family. And I think it's fucked up that Lando not there. Like, Lando probably really needed to be in this episode, you know? So, y'all, that was All American Homecoming, Season 3, Episode 7. Thank God at least somebody on her parental level knows what's going on with her. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.